What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Some commentary for you tonight. Do me a favor, take a moment, hit the like button, subscribe button, criticism in the comment section. As always, run over to Twitter. You can follow me at Shutdown Safety. I am joined by Danny Jugan. You can follow him at Access Games. Here, actually, you announced originally on my channel that Access Games was coming to mobile devices, but now it's a new year. You've got another iteration of your game coming out. You want to talk about what's changed with your game from now, well, rather from then till now?
Absolutely. Well, thanks for having me on. We have a ton of new features in the mobile version this year. I won't go into the whole backstory, but long story short, when we released the mobile version last year, it was a poor attempt at a port from the PC version that people saw. There were some restrictions put on us that limited what we were able to do and the effectiveness to which we were able to do certain things. So fast forward a year after we've been working on it, our plan all along was to have the mobile version and the PC and future console versions be as similar as possible. Naturally, you have some different things that are possible on consoles and PC versus mobile and that sort of thing, but we wanted the overall gameplay and experience to be the same. And that's really what we were able to deliver. If you played the 2015 version on mobile and on PC, there was a big difference between the two. If you look at the 2016 version that's on Steam and you look at the 2016 version that we just released on mobile, they will be almost identical. From gameplay to features and all that sort of thing. And that is something that we worked really hard to do. We're really proud of. And the feedback that we've gotten so far from the game on mobile has been awesome. And that's been really encouraging for us.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people in the community that have talked positively about the release of the game. Now, just briefly, you talked about trying to get the games as closely together as possible. It's not just the mobile version of this game that's had a lot of changes. It's also the PC version. Could you talk a little bit about the changes that you've made in that game? Maybe that somebody hasn't downloaded it since last year, what they can expect now?
Absolutely. So we went in a few different phases for what we did, changes from 2015 to 16. The first thing that you'll notice is it looks way better. And even from the release of the Steam version a few months ago, we've made improvements and pushed updates. You'll notice there's a brand new player model that's in there from last year. We've added over 100 animations, adding a little bit of visual integrity to the game and how the player moves and that sort of thing. We're certainly not there yet, but huge strides were made this past year. We extended the playbook. We have a brand new announcer. We completely overhauled the GUI. And how you interact with the game. It's a brand new design. And we've added different game modes. We've added depth charts and fatigue and player substitutions, formation substitutions. And the list goes on. You can simulate games now. You couldn't do that last year. You can watch matches if you just want to spectate, watch AI versus AI. And the list goes on. I could talk for another several minutes on features that we've added. But that's the highlights. Last year, when I spoke about the game, it was relatively new, and I said, just believe in us. I understand that, the community's been burned in the past, but believe in me, believe in what we're doing. We're going to get there, and you fast forward a year now, and we feel really good about doing what we said we were going to do. And we are saying that we're going to do a bunch more next year. And we are certainly planning on doing that, and we're excited for the future.
Yeah, we had shown the player models a couple weeks ago with the game, and a lot of people in the community really taken back by the quality of them. I know you personally weren't totally happy with them yet. So for the people that thought that was, a great representation of what they wanted to see in a game, you're actually striving to make it better than you've already shown. Secondarily, you mentioned the community a lot there, but you've had a lot of people in the community that have been working and helping you with this game. Can you talk a little bit about what the community interaction has been with in terms of Access?
Certainly. So big community involvement with the game, from Dollar Junior to Sackmaster to all the people on the Steam forums and Twitter. I want to make this game, and I said this from the beginning, what the community wants. I know my only chance of being successful is giving them the game that they aren't experiencing elsewhere. And so in just about every decision I make in the game, even down from button configuration. What button should we do for this? How do you want this to play out? I'm reaching out to the community because I want to make decisions that they are happy with. I look at them as the people I'm trying to please, because when you look at it, that's kind of what it comes down to. And their response has been awesome. They've really been supportive. And you can, I think Dollar Jr. is probably the one that I reach out to the most, because he seems to really have a good kind of pulse on the community and what they want. He's reaching out to the specific people frequently. And so I run ideas by him a lot. I do the same thing with you. If I'm trying to figure out how to do something, I'll shoot you a message and get some input. And that's how I have always envisioned doing this. I've made a lot of mistakes in the past where I think something would work well and I do it, and it's just, the feedback is terrible. And so I've learned through time the best thing to do is reach out to the community beforehand while I'm doing it, use their feedback, improve it before release, and results speak for themselves as far as the success of what's going on.
One of the exciting things that you try to do is keep the community involved, keep the community updated and informed, but also, in my opinion, you took a big step toward some non-justalia in the community. You went out next year. You mentioned the commentating upgrades this year, but you're working with Terry McGovern, who was the voice in All Pro Football and NFL 2K5 for that matter. He's going to commentate in your game next year. Could you talk a little bit about that cycle and what that's going to mean to people in the community to have somebody like that in a game that so many people love in your product?
Absolutely. His voice is iconic, and anyone who's played those games will immediately be drawn back to those days and remember that. And that's really what we were trying to go after. So the goal this year, we obviously have a brand new announcer in the 2016 version. The goal for the 2017 version is to pull in a color commentary person that we can add to the game in addition to the play-by-play announcer. The goal has always been to move towards a simulation style game where you are playing what you experience on Sunday afternoon when you're watching football. And there was no better choice for us than to go to Terry and bring him in. And so we are really excited about that dynamic that we're going to be adding to the game.
And you could have went a less expensive route there. You could have went out and got, Chris commentator, whoever you wanted for the game. You made the financial investment to go with Terry, and that's something specifically you did because of what the community wanted. Is that correct?
That is correct. And you're absolutely right. He's an icon, and so you get what you pay for. And he was certainly more expensive than lots of others. But like I said a second ago, you get what you pay for, and we are looking and interested in investing and reinvesting in this game to make it what the community wants.
Well, Danny, I really appreciate your time. Obviously, like we've talked about, the game has continued to grow and evolve and really mature nicely. If you look at where other games have went from where you've went in just a year span, a 2 year span, and what you've put out, it really is mind-boggling to see the leaps and bounds that it's grown with. And I know it's going to continue to do that. You've always been upfront. It's not always the game that somebody wants right now, but you're going to make it the game people want in the future. Is there anything else you'd like to add in before we call it a night?
I just, again, want to say thank you to everybody. If you have a minute, grab your tablet, grab your phone, go to the Google Play Store, go to the App Store, download the game. I don't know if anybody has had some bad experience with the 2015 version in the past, but I just want to say the 2016 version runs great. It plays great. We're really excited about it. It's a free download. Go play it, have some fun, and let me know what you think.